Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Yeah, I know. Because I can't get right. This is cutthroat. This burns as words pop from a snub nose. This Kurt Metzger and not give a fuck mode. Because I can't get right. Because I can't get right. Yeah. You're listening to Can't Get Right.
Hey, this is Can't Get Right with me, Kurt Metzger. And I got my old pals, Gary from Nerdrotic and Az from Heelvsbabyface. Az, did you start a new Twitter? I tried to message you on your old Twitter, but it was
yeah, it's been deleted. It's been banned.
What did you get banned for on Twitter?
I quoted Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's right. Wait, what was the quote?
All men must die.
I mean, right now, dude, this was mind blowing. A whole bunch of people are like, we should literally kill the Supreme Court.
Yes.
I know.
That's what it's like. That's fine.
The amount of it is so much where I'm like, I don't go on Twitter a lot. Like, I just on Twitter. You know Andy Kindler, the comic?
Heard of him.
All right. So I was friends with him for a long time. He just got up my ass on there. Like you would think if you were friends with somebody, they'd like text you or something if they were upset about a thing. So somebody put up a thing about, here, wait, let me see what I said that set him off so much. Because I couldn't believe it. I was like, it was the most mild.
Was it good morning or something? You know, because it's Twitter.
Yeah, probably.
No, people are very emotional about Roe v. Wade, you know? And I don't know if this is not common knowledge, but the fact that everybody's like worried about the Supreme Court with that, like, that's not really supposed to be handled by them. Like, it's kind of, if you're mad, you should probably be mad at the people that, you know, told you they were going to codify it and then didn't. Like if you look at old video, and then I have to see them because Jimmy's goddamn show, they're all like, day one, I will codify Roe v. Wade. Didn't get around to it. We worry about every other thing but that. And then they're mad because shit worked exactly how it's going to work when you don't do the thing you told people you're going to do. And so somebody put up, so now they're fucking fundraising. The dippy fucking Democrats are all fundraising off this. Like, the only way we can save this is, that's how, what you said before. Send me money and we'll make sure it's okay. Like a TV preacher. So here.
Yeah. Evangelist.
Wait.
Of all kinds.
Well, that, because here, where the fuck is it?
I bet you said, you want me to say, I found it. It's
Oh, you did?
It's right up there. Yeah, it says, what is it, the one where he said, I bet you kill on Truth Social? Was that the
No, that's because,
or is that
Mike, can I text this to you and put it up?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Or if you just give me like a quote to look for or something, I could just look for that.
It's going to be hard to find.
No problem. Yeah, let me send it.
Oh, yeah. So I was responding to somebody's, it's like, the answer to this is simple. You have to vote Democrat. Like somebody said that. And I said, it was a tweet, I think that's Jimmy had. And I put, he forgot to put ton at the end of simple. Okay. Now, is that like, so I get a message back. So then I just see a tweet pop. This is while I'm busy working on this. We're making, me and Kyle Dunnigan are making a Slim Shady, My Name Is, with Biden. It came out pretty good, dude. It's shockingly good.
Oh, no.
Like, he really fits with My Name Is. Like,
oh no.
So he goes, so he texts me this shit. Or not text me. Sorry. That's what a man would do. There we go. So I go, you know what? He probably forgot to put ton at the end of simple, and he forgot to put LMFAO at the end. That's right. So that's what I was replying to another thing. Oh, because Jimmy, when the person said, hey, you got to vote Democrats, the only way to do, Jimmy goes, is this for real? And so that's why I put that. Okay. So Andy puts, you're sickening, Kurt. I just had pop up. I'm like, what? And then he goes, I mean, Kurt is sickening. Nobody is sickening him, just despicable. So what I did was despicable. Does that seem insane? This is not like some fucking blue hair. This is like a guy I know for many years. Okay. And I said, what, did I thrice promise to codify Roe v. Wade day one of my administration and not do it or something? So I put a whole bunch. I was like, because I didn't stand with Amber Heard. I can explain that. I put like a whole bunch. I was like, why am I? But they weren't like it. You can take it down. I don't even like putting it up. It's just so weak to fucking comment somebody on a.
But this guy's a comedian.
Andy was first of all, I was always a fan of Andy from like Dr. Katz, the cartoon, to when I got in comedy, the State of the Industry address was like the best thing in the festival. Some years are better than others, but the years that were good was him talking about how bad the industry sucks, which I guess is what you guys kind of do.
Yeah.
And he was doing it great. Now, the thing I didn't realize was a bunch of these people, especially on the alt scene, the Gen X generation alt scene, which I guess what I am, probably the younger end of it, but like Marin's in it. And I don't know, like Todd Barry, if you remember Todd Barry. You know Todd Barry, right? He's in Aqua Teens. He was the tar pit monster.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, but it's a bunch of people that
Aqua Teen. There you go.
Yeah, I was in Aqua Teens. I was the voice of a Flavor Flav impersonator. Flavor Flav was too busy to blow off his own parties, so he would hire a guy to show up and blow a party off for him. And it was a white guy, clearly in blackface. Flavor Flav. And anyway, don't tell anybody I did that.
I won't tell them.
No.
So, well, I didn't write it. I just want to be on Aqua Teens. So all these people, I didn't realize, especially you see it with like Colbert, like they all just wanted to go to prom so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So Andy was particularly like, the reason I loved it, we all loved it, was it was very biting on every level. Like it was back when Queer Eye for the Straight Guy was out, and some article was interviewing the first Queer Eye. This is how long ago this is. The first one. Remember the one blonde guy with like the weird nose? They were Quentin Crispy or some shit, and he was saying about how he became a comedian. And so this offended Andy, rightly so. It's like, what do you mean you're a fucking? And so he's just trashing this article. This is one of the funniest things. Like, anyway, so I guess what that came out of was a lot of like kind of envy, not like. Whereas I have a reaction of like, I don't give a shit about any of this because it's like that. These people are like, it sucks. Why can't I be in it? So that motivation, it like warped a bunch of people's brains where now it's like this lunch table's exclusive. And like, so he's saying shit to me like, what are you, Kill on Truth Social? Like, I didn't even know that was called Truth. I thought it was just called Truth, the Trump thing, because I would never think about it or care about it or go on it. And they can only think of you as like, oh, what do you love Trump? That like, I can't even imagine have such a singular focus in your life on this one thing and imagining everything else springs out of it outside of when I was religious and Satan, except they're not like a religion. Because if you asked me as a Jehovah's Witness, well, why do you think all this shit you think? We'd be delighted to tell you. We wouldn't get mad at you that you didn't already know it. So it's not that in that way, it's not a religion. Anyway.
No, it's about kicking the ladder out from behind you. That's what Stern is. Howard Stern, same thing. Spent
Stern was always, I read all his books, dude. Were you familiar with Stern in UK as?
Oh no, only through Private Parts.
Right. Okay. Like the movie came out there, I guess.
Yeah.
So he had two books. He had Private Parts and Miss America. I read both of them.
Yep.
As a kid, I didn't listen to Stern. I listened to Imus mostly because I liked the impressions the impression he had on. I was big into like impressions that people would do. But Stern, like all my friends, I mean, Stern was huge. If you read those books, he's kind of just like a piece of shit the whole time. It seemed really cool at the time. What a fucking like, and I realized what it was because he was in the muck with them. Like he was an underdog, So then it was cool. It was almost like that power thing that someone would talk about now. So now that he's a fucking guy on network TV, somehow rehab that image to be on, next to what's the guy with the bad face? Seal's wife. What's her name?
Jimmy Kimmel. Okay.
No, Heidi Klum, not Jimmy Kimmel. That's his second.
Okay.
Seal's second wife is Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
But he rehabbed his image, so now he's like, that's the closing the ladder thing the most to me is like, I made it to this thing. You should tell by his hair. The fact that he's like keeps his like long hair like that. That's a real sign of a demented kind of narcissist. I feel like,
Yeah. Who doesn't leave his house anymore? Like his studio's in his house now.
Do you know he has at the building? Me and Sherrod used to do Race Wars podcast in there. the Sirius building, he has they built an elevator, an underground elevator in there so that he doesn't have to interact with it. He just drive his car from work into the garage and go right up to the office and not, part of all that lockdown happy shit was a bunch of people are germaphobes to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And he was definitely one.
Yeah. And
sure. And that wasn't a secret either.
They're all like, so he says shit like, don't you understand that Trump hates you? And people are like, no, but I definitely know you hate me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like an incel mad. It's like listen to Elliot Rodgers talk about like Chad's and Stacey's is listening to like, again, I'm not Republican. I don't, I kind of don't believe in democracy. So I was in a cult. I thought God was going to be the king and kill all of you. And
so might happen. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Honestly, now might be the time to look into it.
Yeah.
If I was still knocking on doors, I'd be closing sales like nobody's business. I'll tell you that right now. Like, it's just so I just never got emotional about politics like that. So when people come at me like that, it's the same as if they care about the Yankees too much, and I'm like, dude, I don't follow. Like, it's just wild, man. I'm amazed you guys both have channels that sprung up out of this phenomena. Like, that's why you guys have good channels, because all this shit went to hell.
Yeah, I never cared about politics, never given a shit about politics. I just got on with my life and, like my little geeky stuff. I thought myself pretty normal, like most people. And then suddenly your kind of geeky fun stuff was getting lectury and suddenly starting preachy. And then suddenly all the things which were okay were bad. And it was just like, what's going on?
That dude, Zach from your boy, he changed the Comics Matter. I can't remember his channel. I like his channel, but
Comics Matter.
When I first started seeing his thing, he would talk about, what is this, the Burger King Kids Club again? Like, everything started being Burger King Kids Club. They're like, there's a black guy and a wheelchair guy and something. And it was just a weird, unnatural, not all the people hanging out together, just all of them being demographically correct,
Well, I don't know. I think one of my first biggest hints when everyone was suddenly gay. It's like, this guy was straight last week, and she was straight, and they were straight, and they were straight, but now they're not.
A bunch of people, as it turns out, were probably secretly gay this whole time and still are. Like, I firmly believe Brian Stelter is a closeted gay guy, like 100%. He's married with a wife, but I think it's
really. I thought he was married to a potato.
No, I don't know what his wife looks like, but Brian Stelter has a kid. Brian Stelter's like a
wife probably looks like me.
I have a good friend who's she's probably Jewish, and because I have a good friend who's a comic, really funny dude, and he was gay, and he because his mom was going to sit shiva for him, Jessica Kirsten said he went back and like, I'm going to be with a woman, and all like people do that to not piss off their parents. Like somebody in my old church did that, who they ended up being gay and they went back and married a girl, probably going to screw her life up with the fact that you're gay and just couldn't be out. So that's why he's like you can't be like, without being a guy who could like lie to yourself like that, you couldn't be him. Like,
but if he was gay, he would thrive on CNN.
But it's the prestige. All these people are about the prestige to the point. Do you ever see Lily, or what's her name? The one that had the YouTube channel and then they gave her a talk
Lily
show.
Thing, yeah.
So we watched a TED Talk of hers. I had to Scribe Light on to watch her TED Talk about a seat at the table. She had a very successful YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
So she was like, I'm going to instead go on this dying network television to this old ass talk show shit that's not relevant to impress her parents. And she kept calling it a seat at the table. And I'm like, sweet, they didn't give you a seat at the table, number one. But you could see her whole psychology in this TED Talk. Her parents were Indian. So they're like, why couldn't you be born a white guy? I guess that's how Indian parents are to their kids. Or better yet, a Chinese or something. And so it wasn't about the success she made for herself. She's got to make her family think she's good. So look, all the famous TV people you heard of. I know that feeling. I remember like yelling at my mom because I know she was mad I left Jehovah's Witnesses when I started comedy. I can't remember who I said I was sitting at the table with at the cellar, but I blurted out like these, like to legitimize. You know what I mean? Like I understand the instinct, but I didn't realize people kept it way past like you would think in your middle age, you would start to get disillusioned. No matter how you're doing, you get disillusioned with what it is and not.
Yeah. Or you move past the whole like needing to like impress your parents thing. That's, like,
isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I'm 52. My mom doesn't know what I do still. She could barely work a cell phone.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I still get questions about what I do and how it works. And
will you tell them that you run a pipeline to the alt-right?
Well,
exactly what I tell her.
I think she thought I was doing some like sex talk business or something, because I'd be like, oh, I stream at home and I talk to people and then they can interact with me. And she's like,
it does sound like that.
What are you saying to these people? Like, what are they giving you money for? Like,
it's all OnlyFans. Like, everybody's a stripper. That's what all these jobs are, especially a live chat. That's where you're like doing a live performance dance. And because, like, I didn't understand the appeal of strip clubs, but, I didn't work on an oil rig in Alaska all day. And, I dated strippers. I would watch these guys. I had to not be the boyfriend openly because they had a rule that no boyfriends, and like I didn't give a shit. And it was a stripper I was dating, and all these guys were like, and then these guys would hang out that were like, it's not just incel stalkers. There's also these guys that like, it's something like a milady kind of guy, but they're like gruff bikers and they just protect the chicks like Morrison City, and they wouldn't do anything to them. There's like a bunch of those dudes that are always walking. Some guy, I remember this guy's name was Mako in Philly, and he fucking helped me move because he's a fan of this girl I'm dating that was a strip. Like, there's a whole, so now that ecosystem, people are so starved, never mind being starved of a woman or whatever you're into having sex with, it's not like a cool thing to, I imagine, but that's, their whole society. That's why we have tentacle porn. So
I agreed to what Yowie was way too quick. I'd like to take we leave it like a pause, just like freeze framed. Like,
nobody remembers Yowie when I bring it up. You remember it, Gary, right? Or am I just like,
no?
Am I the only one that came to Yowie?
Well, no, I didn't. I remember things. I didn't.
Yeah, right. That's all it is.
I remember.
It's like anime drawings.
Remember things, yes.
Of like, you know how anime boys are all feminine and they meet a boy or an underage girl. It's very weird. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Mike. Mike's on the ball with some Yowie for us.
Excellent. Because I know. Oh, yeah.
So girls love it. I guess maybe gay guys here, but I'll bet you it's going to get more the more we turn into robots here, like how we are, that it's going to be more like this. A stupid question like, what is a woman? Like, if you think a woman's what, whoever they says they're a woman, you should just say it. Like, say the thing.
We can.
All these people
can, but you go to any other country, they can. But you go to
right? They're not thinking about the answer. They're thinking, how will the answer look to someone else?
Yes.
That shift where you can't. That's the really gross thing. More than everything is that thing. Like, you have to always be thinking about your ops.
It's like a brand mentality.
Yes.
If I say this, that's a what
reality TV.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exactly around the time when they started saying you are a brand. It used to be like, what about you think about your brand? I remember when I started. Then they go, you are a brand. I'm like, shit, I'm not using the cow with brand on it. I'm just the thing you put on the cow.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so crazy. The left, like, ain't leftist. That's the most like Blade Runner capitalist thing there is that you are a brand. You know what I mean? But I think a bunch of people intersected, like the people that like, the academic kooks that like they get done. And they're like, there's no job. Yeah, there's jobs for being a fucking blue hair idiot. It's called a consultant. That job's been growing. They just like you built YouTube channels, right? They've been building that business for fucking 7 years. And so now this is why, if you're not interested, like, because it's not that I'm interested in politics, but I always have to write jokes for something. So, I have to like research it to have the joke.
It's the lowest hanging fruit. It always is. Come on.
Well,
it's good stuff to make fun of.
Okay, like, so the stuff I do with Kyle's not at all a political guy. Like, he's probably panic Democrat if you ask him what he thinks. Like, you know what I mean? He's not like, he's just a guy that likes to act and dance and sing.
Yeah.
And so when I'm writing him doing Biden or something, it's based off a lot of like what he thought. And I think it's funnier because he doesn't know a huge amount about it. Like you want to get like the points that have trickled down to even people that don't care about it. You know, that's where you get like, so when we make this stuff, like it's not, the last thing we made was Great Night with Trans Trump, which is Trans Trump's new talk show, and Johnny Depp is the band. It was finally a talk show hosted by a woman that's actually watchable. And so like, you know, it's very easy to just do the thing everybody used to do where you find some funny shit to do with all the people, but all these people are at war, right? That's just what it is. And war is big business. So now you got to be in the culture war all the time, and you're in like an arms race. So following all these political things, this is what blows my fucking mind, because a lot of people that like nerd shit like you do that I like, they don't follow this stuff. But remember I assume it was like Kathleen Kennedy person that got that smear article made about you with the grape cluster with the lines drawn to everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that the rewriting Ripley?
Rewriting Ripley.
Yeah.
Ripley,
okay. Yeah. So that is a freelance. That's like probably two girls trying to get a business going doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They were linked to Pablo Hidalgo, who works for.
So he can't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. So remember the chick from Gamergate? Not Zoe Quinn, but the Brianna
Anita
Wu.
Sarkeesian. Oh, Brianna Wu. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to that dude Sagar from Breaking Point. She's working with Homeland Security now, dude. Okay, now just let that sink in. Now, does the TikTok lady make more sense with the Department of Speech? The one that was like out for my blood years ago moved up and now changed sexes and terrorizes people in the media.
So hold on.
Fired.
Brianna Wu, the person, I don't know quite what they are, who got caught faking attacks against them. Court is now working for Homeland Security.
Yeah, now it sounds so preposterous, but then you realize what it is. It's the same way video game, like I was watching a thing about how Cyberpunk got fucked up on PlayStation, and one of the ways was they used this company they had used before. I can't remember they're called Quantive something, but to test the bugs. And this company, instead of using
Dynamic, I think.
Yes, instead of using reliable people, like a team of 10 people that knew what the fuck they were doing would have been better than what they did, which was 20 or 30 people that have 6 months experience. So they don't like CD Projekt Red, who already made these stupid top down, like we're going to get this done by this and this time. They were counting on this because they had worked before. So they outsource. Everything's outsourcing, dude. It's amazing. So now you're the government and you're the military and you're like, I want to find the roots of white male rage. Remember some general said that shit? But it's to figure out why you keep bombing people, you dipshit.
Yeah.
So that's because the corporate, that all that BlackRock ESG shit you hear about, it's taken over so much on everything that everybody's now doing performative, like, oh, we got to hire. We don't know what this crap is either. We're going to hire some experts. This one girl that was trying to like destroy me offered to come on as a like a writing consultant.
Fake jobs.
You could stand over my shoulder. Yeah. Some fucking loser could stand over my shoulder. A feminist professor who works in a fucking taco truck, which I, by the way, didn't make fun of that little tidbit. I let that go by to be nice.
The taco truck.
Working a taco truck, bitch. She's going to offer to look over my shoulder for the rest of my life. No. Or maybe you get a co-writer credit. That's valuable to serve. So all of this shit has spread. Like, so
it's insane. The only thing we you know what's the good news, Kurt, is that these people don't understand the internet and they never will. So we're gonna have these idiots like grasping in the dark for shit, hiring Brianna Wu at Homeland Security. I feel good about that. She's so incompetent. Like, oh shit, I can speak freely now. They'll never figure it out.
Well, now what I think about is maybe it was always like that, dude, because these people have degrees. I can't believe that chick from Washington Post that got fired finally, Felicia.
She got moved, didn't she, to a different.
They didn't fire. No, not Taylor Lorenz.
Okay.
Taylor Lorenz
the other one that actually got fired. Yeah.
Okay. So that was a long drive. All these people are too afraid to say to somebody who's out of their fucking mind, like, you got to shut the fuck up. And the boss, whoever the woman is that was the editor, that's her fault. She's an idiot for not handling that right the fuck away. But they all can't. So she was mad because of that joke that guy Dave Weigel made, if a woman's bi or bipolar.
So tame.
It's like, for your information, Dave, some women are both. He was erasing women who are both those things.
True.
So she was the one that got a stink raised because when Kobe Bryant died, she goes, well, we shouldn't forget he was accused of rape that time. She posted that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And Dave Weigel
those people
was like, hey, don't go at her for that. He defended her, this chump. And she's trying to get him fired now for retweeting, not even tweeting a joke, retweeting.
Yeah.
The way she got into her job was like when she got in, she Me Too'd a guy. I forget his name, but I've been talking to him because it's mind blowing to me how much this Johnny Depp thing is the beginning of the crumbling of all this shit. She made a fake Me Too. It's appalling if you read the story of it. It was absolute bullshit. It was Amber Heard. All these Amber Heards, there's a bunch of them, dude. And they've been like, I didn't understand how much it was like there's a lot of them and they all figured out the same trick where you make up some shit.
All over the comic book industry. All over it.
They got in through video games first. What you think is comics or video games they came in through first?
Probably comics. Because that stuff's been going on at least mid 2000s. And the video game stuff kind of blew up with Zoe Quinn sucking people off a good rate.
Dude, I remember that Gamergate because I was working. I think I was working on Amy's show at the time, but I remember like reading the kid who initially he wrote about what it was like to date this fucking maniac, and she like here's some tidbits. She told him that she thinks cheating is a form of rape, and then just fucked a bunch of other guys. So basically, she raped him.
Weird rationalization. Okay,
yeah, okay.
She's an endless. I mean, that thing with that guy. That's terrible. What she did with that dude that killed himself.
Got a body count. Yeah, she got a body count.
And so she and I remember, so other people that worked at the show were bringing it up a little bit, and I'm like, if some chick wrote an article like that, and this is before Me Too even, wrote a thing like that, you'd be like, he said what and did what? Like, you'd all be on the side of the girl that wrote that. And now it's like, I look down, I'm like, well, I mean, dude, I'm a grown man. I'm not going to write a blog about how, like, that's the difference, I guess. If you're a man, you're like, well, I shouldn't have dated that chick, But there's all these like
learn a lesson there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Stab, survive. It's all good. No blog.
Yeah, I got a lot of stories of
lost a finger. So
lost a finger, right?
Yeah, right. So that kind of chick mistakes that for power. They go, oh, that's power. No, it's not power, sweetie. It's when you got nothing to lose, you can achieve more, it turns out. So fucking they all were on board with that. And then I watched like people that weren't exactly like that start to get like that. Kind of like how on TikTok where there's people that fake Tourette's because some girl's popular because she TikToks her Tourette's.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, so funny.
There's a whole, I've only heard about this because I don't look at TikTok, but yeah, there's a whole sphere there of fake Tourette's. There's also fake everything. There's people changing their genders every day. It's TikTok's. It's an algorithm of insanity.
Yeah, and it's not just. That's the thing. It's funny. People think, oh, it's gender dysphoria is being spread socially. Not just that. All kinds of shit. Tourette's, fucking being an Amber Heard like person. Like, it's amazing how quickly
personality disorder too. Like people with the multiple personalities, which they haven't actually proven yet. By the way,
I always thought that wasn't a
lot of self-diagnosis on these people. Yeah. And all these personalities of different genders.
And all of a sudden it's just blown up. Yeah.
Tourette's one, the real reason I even know about it is I saw something popped up in my YouTube of someone who got caught faking it. And they're showing the video of her faking. No. She's brushing her teeth, just starts hitting her face. She's going like this. And And some people with actual Tourette's are
Just
like,
me
that's
after a
not what I
hangover
do.
back in the day, dude. Where are my teeth? Fuck.
It's like it's so amazing. Like it borders on. It's like you're making fun of someone's handicap, but pretending you have it. Like if you did what,
It's like blackface. That's what it is. Dude, come on.
That's what they should call drag your kids to blackface. And like you need to sit and watch blackface. I guess that's what they used to do. Like, come on, you need to learn.
Yeah. God.
Back in the 20s, it was very popular to drag your kids to black.
Yeah. So
and they had it in schools.
oh.
Yeah. So here's the crazy shit. So remember Oliver Thorne, who became Olivia Thorne? Did you ever see that bread tuber? He had a thing called Philosophy Tube. Stitch and Adam would always, I do their show sometimes.
Name rings a bell.
That philosophy tube totally sound well.
Yeah. Now Oliver's now Olivia. By the way, pretty good surgery. It looks like. I mean, Olivia pulling it off a lot better than a lot of people, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so a whole bunch of them. Now, do you notice when people keep saying the same, like about Amber Heard or Kyle Rittenhouse? This is one that always sticks out to me. There's a bunch of like political things where they keep repeating the same wrong things about. So when the lockdowns were happening in England, it's a company called Valent. Okay, they're like a outsourced company to do information warfare. They used to work in Syria. They started out hiding all the shit in Syria. I don't know if you know, but the war you probably barely heard about. They've been putting out lies about it, and we're doing something terrible there. So the people that got the information out and all, if you ever heard of the white hats, that's a crock of shit. A lot of them are Al Qaeda. It's like real fucked up. That company came back, after the war's done, and they applied their skills in the corporate sector. So Valent's not the only one, but Prince Charles had some extra money for some reason. And so they paid through an intelligence person who then paid Valent to start paying bread tubers. Sorry, knocked over the bottle. Bread tubers to trash people that don't go with the narrative on lockdowns, specifically. That's in UK. That's just one example. That happened to you from fucking Lucasfilm. That's not from the government. That's a private company. But all the what are they called? The Pinkertons. That's still around.
Yeah.
There's all these pink. Yeah.
There's you mentioned Blackstone. There's Blackstone and BlackRock. So one split off from the other. And one of them, I believe it's Blackstone, has been buying up tons of entertainment properties. One of them had something to do with Will Smith. Had a big contract with Will Smith before the smack. But I heard the same thing too. But I mean, just through our little journey here, all the projection we see, like I don't know when it hit me a couple years ago. They kept on bringing up bots, and like before they brought up bots, I had never heard of them or thought of them or cared about them. And all of a sudden, like bots are downvoting Captain Marvel. Like, why would people pay to have people downvote Captain Marvel? It seems like the business that stands to make money off it would probably benefit more if they had bots inflating their
I know what it is.
Movie. And it's bot farms from India and China, formerly from China.
Not just that. The way
I don't have proof, but maybe I will.
The way the algorithms work, I found out when Kyle got shadow banned on his Instagram. And my friend from Karate Kid show on YouTube, Brett Ernst, he lives in Vegas, and there's a whole like Hollywood of agents and shit that handle internet personalities in Vegas, and their money they're making is probably crazier than anything that you can imagine. And so he was telling me, I was talking to this guy who was explaining to me stuff that they do. So not just to smear critics and all that, that's one aspect, but also a lot of people have this. If they hire a service like real big creators, they go in and put shitty comments in the comments so that the fans will get upset. And then the algorithm sees engagement being driven. Oh, it's not just clicks. People are really talking about this. So it's like, it serves so many purposes to do that. I wouldn't even come up with some shit like that like, hey, dude, you start fighting and it doesn't seem like, it seems like an old like carnival.
That's the Twitter algorithm in a nutshell though.
Yeah.
That's how Twitter is designed. That's why it was designed to only have a short window of speech, so you can't articulate points, you can't have nuanced discussions. And it was
Did they say that expressly? Did they, like I know the guy they didn't want to make it longer, and And I didn't understand if they're like, did they know at the beginning that's how we wanted
At the beginning, I think it was just a way for programmers to talk to each other, right? That's how it started. But then it turned into that quickly. That's when when the I forgot what they're called, not the unicorns. The investors come in.
The unicorns.
They were called unicorns or some shit like that. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but I haven't watched Silicon Valley in a couple of years. Which is
Right.
Freaking the first 2 seasons are brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so accurate with what went down there. But yeah, the investors came in and the corporate boards would come in and they just create corporation and fundamentally dismantle what the thing originally was to turn it into something else.
Yeah,
Turn
right.
it into widget land. And that's what happened with Twitter.
Well, it turns out that's what they've done with all the IPs, all the hospitals, all the baby food, all the drugs, like every single thing. This is what's enormous to me from top to bottom is idiots outsourcing to other idiots, outsourcing to another idiot who hires Brianna Wu. Like, okay.
You have to get like 3 degrees of idiots to get to Brianna Wu.
Yeah, you got to say how many degrees of it, like, you know, in Ukraine, there are 46 biolabs we have there that this is mind blowing.
Don't exist. Are you kidding me? They're not there. They're just
Hunter Biden set them up.
Yeah, he did.
Hunter Biden worked point on that deal.
You probably set him up while screwing a hooker, while smoking crack.
No, the dude's a legend. Listen, nothing against Hunter Biden. That dude is a fucking legend. Like every time you hear a new detail, you're like, this guy's amazing. Mulan, the live action Mulan gave him a foot job while he smoked crack and watched MTV's ridiculousness in the background. And he recorded that. That's on his fucking, he's like, I need to record this. And I'm glad he did. He's a fucking hero. Anyway, you know how back, you know, before they legalized torture here, like the insane people, it used to be, well, we can't torture
For Twitter.
Yeah. We ship you, they would ship you to another country to have you tortured by countries that don't have those laws.
Rendition. Yes.
Right. So then we're not torturing people. Hey, we don't do gain of function research. We hire a guy to go to a place in China. No, they're good. China is a really good technological. They're not going to fight. Meanwhile, China is filled with the same shit of people faking it till they make it. So things get people cut corners on every, just same as here. I don't even want to say China
is out there, man bats and man bears.
Yeah, and then when you sit and get questioned, you can go, no, we don't do that kind of research. No, you pay a guy to do it.
Yeah,
all these fucking people. It's I don't know. Anyway, this brings us to Black Thor, which is why I the message has. Because I saw Black Thor and I didn't know what it was. Like I didn't realize it was Miles Morales who was
Miles Morales. I mean, they call him Spider-Man, but he's really just Miles Morales. That triggers the hell out of people just saying that.
I mean, he's Dominican Spider-Man. I'll give him that. Yeah. Like he's not even a black guy. He's Dominican. I mean, like if you talk to Dominicans and tell them there's no difference, they're not going to agree with you.
No. It's biracial Spider-Man that was created as biracial Spider-Man. And at the time, it was the 4th derivative of Spider-Man, 4th or 5th.
Yeah, well, you know, the animated movie, because I wasn't buying comics at the point when all that happened. So the animated movie, I thought his character was good. I didn't have any problem with the character whatsoever. I thought it was like pretty funny and well written. So I don't know why and also it seems like they did a pretty hard job of he's definitely established to a way that fucking Captain Marvel ain't going to be and Miss Marvel ain't going to be, you know, like almost like not quite the level of Lewis, of Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury. You know, there's some race swaps nobody gives a shit about. They go, oh, that works. You like, it's not a thing that can't be done. It can be done, but you got to do it because like the person is so much the thing that like
the actor, the merit. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then it works. Like if they could pull it off.
Perry White in Man of Steel, you know, like it can work with, I think.
Well, Billy D. Williams was Harvey Dent in 1989's Batman.
Well, you know also why it worked? They didn't make a big fucking deal of going, hey, look, he's black now. Can our ESG go up? On every new character. So that's the Burger King's Kids Club. You start out with the corporate directive and it's not, and then you can feel something that's just soulless and not inspired and like a reskin in a video game. When they like reused assets and they just reskin them. And you're like, this isn't a new thing. It's just, you just reskinned it. And that like, yeah, why can't we do that? They're gonna make like racial loot boxes soon. I promise you that.
That's what kind of this was. So this was a series of What If comics. What If is a series that goes back to the 70s, where it's like, what if Elektra lived? What if Jean Grey?
Oh, so it's not. Yeah, I know What If.
So it goes
it's
way
not.
back. So they did a special series, I believe, for Juneteenth, to release it on Juneteenth, of Miles Morales as the Hulk, as Captain America. And it was basically a racial loot box.
Oh, that's
And
so
then
bad.
they did Miles. What if Miles Morales was Thor? And they unintentionally made the most racist comic possible and proved this is the coup de grace. This is the culmination of our entire argument. The coup de grace for 4 years. The thing we have been trying to say have been saying for 4 years. They are the racists. It's beautiful. I love it. I was laughing my ass off.
No, it's better than the actual IPs at this point for sure.
Yeah.
I it's my favorite part is laughing at this. But so it opens with him. See, I was gonna say, what if Miles Morales was Thor? That didn't sound too horrible when you said it. I didn't realize what it is. What if everybody was Miles Morales?
Yeah.
Good. Oh my God. Okay. Of all the 5 realities, Asgard is his hood. For Miles, you can see he's just that good. So there's already some great rapping to begin with. The Rainbow Bridge takes him to his quest. The Bifrost line goes north, south, east, and west.
Unwest.
West side.
Jorma Gondor to the Wrecking Crew. He's stuck going bursty in the Asgard's. Oh my God. In the Asgard Zoo, but he is low key when he wants to be. Name on marquee like his uncle Loki. I'm gonna punch my fucking computer right now. Odin's son. He's the son of gods and kings. Got so many wins. Check out all those rings. Okay, and then go to the next part because this is now. Oh wait.
Graffitied, including Mjolnir.
Go back. Wait, go back. I forgot. There's a line below there. He's formerly known as a prince for sure. His subjects and friends, they just call him Thor. Okay. Now,
It's supposed to be for show.
I know. I was going to say that. Why don't you say show and then though?
Yeah, because they couldn't. Because the editor went, okay, saying for show might be a little too racist. None of the rest of the stuff is just that.
Oh, dude.
I just think it's reaching so far for a rhyme.
Look, well, you know,
unless he wants,
you can do
wants
that
this guy to be referred to as Tho instead of Thor.
The thing is, you can do that in raps, but you're saying those, so that's why you have the leeway to make bad. When you're written down, it's not rap's not like a thing that you read off the page. It's a thing you hear with a beat behind it, and so they don't fundamentally. Okay, so hammer time. Then he says hammer time, which is if you said something about watermelon, that would be probably less racist than to throw in hammer time at this point.
Got chicken coming.
And then there's graffiti on the hammer. So the first thing he did with the hammer was graffiti
wait,
it up.
We got Tim. Yeah, he's got Loki on it and
PM.
Back on it.
Yeah, imagine being a kid on the spectrum trying to read that first page. That would be fucking with you, man.
I was forgetting.
Like, what?
We got Odin with his Timberlands on.
Oh my God, I didn't even see it until you said that. Oh my God.
Because
there was no
that's the thing black people do.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only black culture has been in the last 40 years, you know. Oh shit.
Don't enter the club if you can't handle the club. Oh,
hello,
this is the guy that wrote
black
it?
people. Yeah, hello, fellow black people.
Dude, you know, there. I guarantee you, there's some half Caucasian that looks like that could have written that way better. Like it's really into hip hop and whatever. Like
Probably an albino that could have written this way better.
Az could have wrote this better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, holy shit. I mean, sneakers are going to be.
Oh, no. Hot wings coming in hot.
Oh, I didn't even see this one.
You wanted watermelon, you got chicken instead. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You know, it's
trade-off, Kurt.
I'll be honest. I've asked people a lot. I'm like I know watermelon is a racist fruit, but I have no idea like how it became that, and I don't think anyone remembers. I think I've asked people and they're like, yeah, I don't know, but it is racist. I was born with that knowledge.
Dude, I have a much better appreciation of watermelon now that I live in Texas. And it's like, it's hot as the sun down here. So watermelon's awesome.
It's just like it's like Chappelle's joke about it's delicious. Like, it's like, how did you? Well, they like that.
I love watermelon. Watermelon is amazing.
Oh, is that all of them? Oh my God. So, how much of a blowback did
Well, he got a lot of blowback straight away, and his initial reaction was, I don't get it. It's fine.
Oh, he didn't. Okay, this is what I thought you meant. Like, he didn't go, oh, look, the chuds are mad because I put a black guy in it. He wasn't saying that.
He said something like, he did actually put something like, if I put a bunch of images of upskirt girls, none of you would be complaining right now.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I mean, well,
I'd be like,
look,
nice.
It would be objectively better than what he did. You have to.
It would have been. It would have sold better too.
It would be less offensive.
It would be.
It would be less offensive. Invasive upskirts.
Yes. Like the paparazzi do, like that.
Dude, there's such hacks. That's the least important part of the business, I guess, is the comics of it now, right? It's got to be
yeah, it's on its dying. It's not even a lost leader. It's a write-off at this point. Kevin Feige runs the Marvel side, so he signed off on that technically. Like
he doesn't have the time to look at all these projects.
No, he just like, whatever.
I hired a great woman to bitch. They all fucking.
I don't know who the editor was. I'm sure it was somebody's work girlfriend. It was milkshake time, so she probably didn't have time to look over it very much. And this book did make it. I mean, realistically, the number's like 10 or 15 people before it gets out to print that are paid specifically to like make sure things like this don't get out there. And then they ignored the blowback for a little while, but then more and more of us started talking about it, and it became impossible.
That had to be run through something, right? They didn't just put it out. Somebody was like, "Yeah, this is great."
There's amazing. The publisher,
but they're all racist. They just hide behind the veil of progressivism, and but they're completely racist. They didn't.
Yeah, right. I figured it out.
No sane person could put that out and think, "Oh, this is fine."
Well,
there's nothing wrong with this. You'd be like, dude. What is this? What is with the fucking hot wings business? That is just fucking. What is with the graffiti? Why is he wearing Jordans? That's so stereotypical. Why is he holding up Timberlands on? Come on. You'd be going through a list of fucking racial things. It's like, I joked in my video. I said, was this like fucking edited by the Grand Wizard of the fucking Ku Klux Klan?
Well, it's also a byproduct of, remember when Kamala Harris had Timberlands on? They're like, she wears Timbs. Like I give a shit if she wore Timberlands or not. It was like before the election, you were supposed to. And it was in some fashion part. Like they're selling her to stupid people that would think like, she wears Timbs? Like, by the way, no black people, I promise you, were like, oh, who aren't Kamala Harris type people. We're like, oh, that's cool. She wears Timbs. Like, they put that up there.
Research has shown us that black people wear Timbs, so we think you should put some Timbs on.
Yeah, like all the people that, so now that everything is your brand, it's naturally like racist. Like once you're like, oh, the sneakers, black people, like some crap a slave made, and then that's your conception of an identity is a bunch of things, That's why they fucking suck at being fake nerds. They're like, look, I have glasses and a thing, and like it really is amazing how like it's not even racist. It's like unhuman. It's there's no humanity in that comic. Like it's crazy.
There's no self-awareness. It doesn't exist at all in that. You can imagine this guy's thinking somebody put an image on Twitter of the Family Guy where he's got the the robe and the crown on, and it's like King of the Blacks. It's
that joke I remember.
This is how the writer thinks of himself as like King of the Blacks right now. Just like, I'm so amazing.
Well, the guy with Queer Superman got to be King of the Queers, didn't he?
Tom Taylor.
Tom Taylor, didn't he be? He's not gay, right?
No, he's a straight white male.
An ally.
And
He's a
like,
straight white male that does stuff like this to A, self-congratulate, and
just
B,
hasn't
to
come out
avoid
yet.
cancellation. Yeah. as
or
well.
what?
Or just hasn't come out yet. We're not sure.
I'll bet you. Well, here's why I think he's not, because just what little I saw of it, where it's like that it looked like such a, you would think if you were gay, you would draw on some personal thing of what a actual romance or something would be like from your life. And he wrote it like the most idiotic straight guy imagines. Then you meet an Asian with pink hair.
Right? And it just feels like I need to write this in a way to own the conservatives. So
Yes, there you go.
That's
You
all
got
it's
your
there for.
ops. I got to worry about my ops at all times. It's like Chicago drill music, how these people operate. It's like it gets dumber and dumber. Like the lifespan's no longer than a rich man's dog. Do you follow? Dude, it's amazing when I watch it how they use the same colors as Democrats and Republicans, Crips and Bloods, and now Crips will hang out with Bloods in places and fight other Crips, and same like there's like a saying, blue and red makes green, which couldn't more apply to the actual government. Blue and red make green. That's exactly what it's all about. But the thing is funny is like they're not. It's amazing like how long. That's like the danger of having a big company, a big corporation, is because you have to compartmentalize everything. And there's like nobody looking at the whole parts, how they work together. Yeah. It's just someone, it's so top down that someone like, well, I got to have this quota. That's why the Soviet fucking Union fell. I got to make this quota.
It reached
100 shoes. Well, they're all left shoes, but we did it. And so, I mean, that's why I don't believe in an economic system as like my savior, because of this shit. It all ends up being the same thing. A few people at the top, and they run every goddamn thing, and it all becomes like feudalism. Marxism, capitalism is going to become communism, and vice versa. They turn to feudalism. This is like kings and fucking. And then even when I was working on TV show a lot, you were like working for like minor nobles, like a joke butler. That's what I did. So now they're all like it's like Elden Ring level disarray, and you have to ally yourself. Like this guy thought he was aligning himself with the crown in some way, making this, and he got like shit on. He would get cut loose the second.
In a second, be turned on by his own people. That's why, I mean, like what you're saying, that model of entertainment, comic books, Hollywood, Hollywood, which is a mini a feudalism dictatorship. Either way, it's the same analogy. These things are dying. That's why they're dying. Because the giant corporations bought them and they're too big to succeed. They're so worried.
Too big to succeed. That's a good saying.
That they're
actually make that the title, Mike.
There you go.
Too big to succeed.
So
it's true.
Yeah, it's just diminishing returns. They're so rich. They're going to be around for a while, but in the meantime, a whole new spheres. Everything's being fragmented into specialized artisanal entertainment. That's where the future is. And if you carve yourself out a nice little circle in that, you're going to be fine. And you don't need to be a gazillionaire. You don't need to have all the fans or anything. You have yourself, and I hate the word community because it just sounds like commie shit to me. So I say fellowship. And, you just got your own fellowship of 100, 200, a couple thousand, 3,000. I remember my comic shop survived on 300 people, basically 300 people. That kept me around for 10 years. So like it's small business. It's just like it. It's like the pure form of not. I mean, people use capitalism a lot. We don't have capitalism now. Like the pure form of capitalism is a little mom and pop shop. That's it. That we can all make our own little mom and pop shops now, and the media is freaking out. That's why they're going after all of us.
Well, nobody. What I realized from working on Jimmy's Lefty show is that's how I would have thought capitalism is, what you just said. And I wouldn't even consider, but I probably should have considered that it's also people who invest in that mom and pop business that want a return. And it's like, so I don't know enough about, I thought capitalism was kind of a term invented by Marxists to like insult it. That's what I thought. And but I think
it's free. It's free. There's free market capitalism, and believe me, a lot of people have a lot of views on it. And I'm not, I've been kicked out of 3 high schools, but what I understood.
The reason I bring it up is people like that's how people talk past each other because they're literally all the words have two different definitions. But whoa, I got to take another break to talk to you auto mechanics out there, do-it-yourself persons. All are welcome. I want to tell you about rockauto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best price. It's your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. RockAuto.com has been in business for 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. Why go out to a store where the world is crumbling around you and you're sure to be killed by someone either with an assault weapon or probably someone who's mad about Roe v. Wade? There's no telling where the bricks are going to be coming from. Stay in your house, work on your car, go to rockauto.com, find everything you need, have it sent right over. And there's no promo code needed because their pricing is already that good. And when you order, make sure to tell rockauto.com. You heard about them on Cant, right? With me, Kurt Metzger. rockauto.com. Okay, let's get back to it. What the thing like, that's why I don't like any of the labels because they all, like the thing you saying, everybody likes that. Like I'm like somebody making a product that somebody likes and then they buy it and then you're like, oh, I want you to do well with it. And so now once you get the big enough, it's like getting it more like efficient at, like how they found, pigs are like smarter than dogs because they could teach a dog to like knock a golf ball in the hole with his nose, and he gets a treat. It's like a game, right? And the dogs like it. They like to knock the ball in. They like to get their treat. And a pig is so much smarter than a dog. They can't even understand why the fuck you're bothering with they just pick the ball up in their mouth and drop it in the hole.
Yeah. And they get way smarter when they're out in the wild. So,
yeah, so it's like
way smarter. So
like I'm a dog and there's a bunch of pigs. Like literally a bunch of these people are pigs, like just like that. And they're like, what? Who gives a shit? Put it in the hole and give me my fucking food. That's what all these things are. And I don't know what the I feel like I'm getting it's like what Andy sending me that stupid text where I'm like, are you still tricked by this fucking puppet show where you think like you haven't noticed that? And I don't know. I don't even know what Andy's working on that where he would be blind to it. I don't know if he's just at home watching fucking Rachel Maddow or something. I don't know. Like the people that I know, I have a friend, I can't say his name, but I have a friend, a black guy. It's a really good writer. Like he's a really funny dude. And he's been around forever. And back when I started like 20 years ago, and they always were like, we need a diverse writing room, but it was hard to find like writers that were good. But he was great. And so he would be on everything. So he's working on some show now and he keeps getting in trouble because they'll be in those Zoom meetings and he's like, oh, her pitch was good. He's complimenting, he's saying another writer's idea he liked, right? And he gets in trouble because they're they and he didn't fucking call him. This is a black guy a few years older than me who ain't from where these people are from and who's complimenting. Now, I just want to say for the record, that is his fault because I promise you, she didn't have a good pitch. He was just saying it to be nice to fit in with these people that he's much better than. And he lied and said they had a good pitch and then got in trouble. So that's on him.
Love bombing.
Yeah.
That's what all these people think. Oh, I think I've been in all kinds of rooms where you got to like get along with the people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you got to like, all right, I know we can't just think about purely the work. I got to like, hey, this is nice. Because there's all these little politics of they'll hate you forever if they think you're good and you don't think they're good. All that shit. And now they stopped hiring. But when you're good with good writers, it's fine. Like because everybody's on board making something good. But these people can't do the fucking job that they get. All they can do is be that thing. So they don't know how to write anything. They don't even have experiences. All their experiences are reading tweets about someone else's experiences that probably didn't happen.
Yeah, they haven't watched full episodes of television at all. I mean, like, forget a book, forget a comic book. They haven't watched full episodes of television. They've watched clips, and it's getting shorter. At least with YouTube,
mine is
get an entire scene. It's 7-10 seconds.
My attention span. I'd rather probably watch you guys make fun of a thing than watch it. Like,
I think that's why a lot of people are tuning in now.
Yeah, that it's like a evolutionary niche that needs to be filled because my attention span is so short that I don't even almost want to watch the shows. Like I'd rather watch a summary with a spoiler than actually sit and watch the shows. And it's because I almost want to know if it's good first before I even watch it. I guess.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
how much time have we wasted on crap? That's a good point.
Well, my entire life. I mean,
but yeah, a lot of our channels exist for people to come to us because they don't want to watch it because they know it's going to be shit or the concern is going to be shit. So they'd rather just let us watch it do hopefully an entertaining video back on it, and then they'd just prefer to watch that instead of the show. I got people who I did 3 seasons of fucking Batwoman, for Christ's sake, just purely for my channel's entertainment. And I had tons of people in the comment section saying, never seen an episode, never gonna watch an episode, only tuned in for these videos because they just make me fucking laugh.
No, it is like an OnlyFans where they're like, because I remember you saying like I had to watch this for you. I remember one time.
Yes.
It's like, like they don't want to take that fat cock up the ass, but Az has to do it.
I'll take the cock up.
And then they're like, they really enjoy that you're a little bit in pain.
Yeah. What's it like? Well, it's kind of uncomfortable. I just
want to see him take it Az. No, I don't want to take it, but I like watching.
That sums up my YouTube channel in a nutshell. Yeah.
It's just
like the Mr. Hands video.
Yeah.
What's the Mr. Hands?
Don't look.
No.
That came up on Friday Night Tights. That's not something you can bring up or look at, and I just would never ever Google. Just taste my word for it. Somebody, it's not like other things like don't Google that, and then you go a little bit, okay, that was kind of funny.
It will emotionally lemon party or
emotionally scar you. But that's what we laughed at that on Friday Night Tights. We can laugh at anything. We laughed at all of yesterday on Friday Night Tights. We managed to laugh the entire show.
Wait, what's all of yesterday? I thought you watched a show called All of Yesterday.
No. It was emotional.
It was called Twitter. It was called Count Dankula on Twitter, which was just genius.
Okay, will you put Mike, the preview, because I just saw this, the preview for Prey, the new Predator.
Oh. It's coming out in a couple.
Why do you want to fight? Because you don't think I can.
It's just, I mean, so Disney made this Predator, right?
Technically,
yeah.
Well, Disney, if you work at anything, my buddy was working for ABC Sports for Disney and got in trouble. And they were like, he's like, this, I didn't violate standards and practices. And they're like, well, there's standards and there's Disney standards. So it's an empire that you will follow the rules of the empire. And it don't matter what department you work, they put their fucking Disney stink on their fucking vomit on every part of the thing that they touch. So of course, Predator. So what do they do to every goddamn Predator thing? To every property? They got one trick that they've been making money on, which is a Disney princess. And she is a princess. Now she is royalty and above you, and there's lower servants. So she didn't give up that part of her. Of her gender role. That she'll be keeping that part. And also she shoots a bow and arrow and she fights as well as them. She does all the things no one would ask her to do because nobody cares if she could do it. All right, press play.
Why do you want to hunt?
Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready.
Okay, for one, you hunt because you're hungry.
Yeah.
Not because you don't think people can. You're starving out there.
And if all the men died, you're going to hunt, bitch. Don't worry.
You just know she's going to team up with a Predator and it's going to be a female Predator.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like they should have made the Predator a female, and then their species of females like this hulking.
I'm trying to.
Well, in the fan film, they ripped off the Predator as a female. So there's a fan film that's just like this. There's also a comic book from years
and
ago.
Porn.
Is there porn too? That would be more entertaining. I'm like, oh, now I'm interested. But
I remember the old Dark Horse comic with I think it was like an Asian chick was and everybody died but her and the Predator like gave her a honor mark on her head with the acid from the alien, which like, do you remember that? It was Dark Horse. And it was one of the
Dark
first
Horse did a bunch of that stuff. And one of them was Native American.
Batman versus Predator.
Yeah. Superman versus aliens. It was Superman Predator or Batman and Predator. Yeah. I think Superman probably took on Predator. Everybody, Tarzan.
Everyone took on the Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, press play. I want to see this woman lean in.
It's time.
It knows how to hunt. I know how to survive.
I'm a supermodel, and I'm gonna kill a predator.
Now there's the true enemy.
Yep. Calling me.
Whatever did this, I can kill
Oh,
it.
do you think they'll join forces against the French bear trap? The French
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
trappers
Mm-hmm.
and their colonial fur trapping. Oh my god!
Oh,
The
That'd
last,
be so good.
at the last minute, she gets her period and defeats the predator. That's my. The predators can't deal with this shit.
the bears
You gotta
can
go.
smell the menstruation.
Like the predator's attracted to her menstruation. Is that why the predator has been visiting us every year they come every month?
Oh no!
Every month, every
It's
every
really
28
an
days
allegory
to come.
about. It's an allegory.
We need to have a bunch of
Get your
menopausal
period.
women fight the predator
Yeah.
and defeat him.
And men just getting slaughtered left, right, and center. Yeah, that sounds like a period to me.
Sounds like a Disney product. Sequel.
Sorry,
they have aliens too, right? They have aliens too, right?
Yes.
Not in this, but yes.
They're doing a series. They're doing a series with Noah Hawley.
How are they going to woman? How are they going to woman that up? That was already like bitch on bitch violence. The whole.
Oh, they'll find a way. They'll find a way.
You're like, well,
The queens will have a they them at the top of them.
Yeah.
it's amazing how good Aliens or like Alien and Aliens, the first two, and when I was a kid and didn't want to play any game with a girl as a girl. Now some guys always wanted to play as a girl in every fucking game. I don't nothing to do with them being trans, but they were like, oh, I always play as Chun-Li, like a bunch of dudes I knew, but I didn't like that. But Aliens, Ripley, I didn't have any 12-year-old feelings about. Like it was a girl. I was like, Ripley had like man respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So I guess what I'm saying.
Well, I
is,
mean,
how are
no,
they
in the
gonna
first
rewrite
Alien,
Ripley?
okay, in the first Alien movie, she's
Rewrite
running around in her underwear. But I mean, I was like 7 when it came out, so I was like,
You know what the difference is? I
in her
just realized?
underwear.
Oh, dude, she had those Kmart period panties. You could tell she had a fat bush. It was awesome.
Yeah.
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 She was even like sexy as that. I mean, it had everything. A real angular kind of, like a real angular kind of chick too. But fucking
Yeah.
hot. But you know what it was? Ripley's working class. That's what it is. What the
Mhm.
Disney does is upper class. I don't believe the princess can do it. You know what I
No.
mean? Like they don't get like. It's always a princess because all these
She's just walked out of a salon, you know? She had like
what?
the way that it just felt like she just walked out of a salon, the way that she looked and
How the Brits say salon. It's a salon.
salon. to you.
Salon. It
people.
looks like she just had a blow dry.
Dude, the guy looked like that.
Her hair
The dude
flat
next
ironed,
to her
yeah.
looked like the same flat ironing and makeup.
Yeah, they both did. Yeah, they just walked out of the salon.
Even without,
Salon.
I mean, especially, dude, I watch because I don't think I watch a mob movie ever again now because of watching all, the whole Mafia as a podcast. I don't know if you know, but like I watch
Mafia have podcasts now. Everybody's got a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whatever happened with the Mafia, they all podcast. All the people that were like Sammy the Bulls is the best. That's my favorite. But I watched a bunch of them. And after you watch these people telling the stories and you like Martin Scorsese's are kind of accurate overall, but not The Irishman. That's a crock of shit. But even with a little bit of like an actor portraying the person, and I'd never heard of Ray Liotta when he was in that movie, so it was fine. Like I'd rather just hear this. That's what kind of YouTube did with me is like I don't want the layer of never mind anything with whatever fucking this new shit. The layer of crap they put on everything sucks. Like literally anything that's a biopic, if you watch 5 million videos like history versus this movie about the history of it, and you're like, holy shit, did anything that they put in this really fucking happen? And no, every time they always, well, no, you got to add in the Hollywood pizzazz into it. And it's in everything, dude. Like where it's just kind of like a given that you're supposed to just accept like complete horseshit from whatever you're watching. You're like, yeah, well, they got, that's why you're not supposed to be mad that if you're mad about Roe v. Wade, you're not supposed to be mad at the people that didn't do the thing they said, because you were supposed to built in. They got to say they're going to do stuff, but they're not. Like, it's just in every level of society. It's fucking crazy. That I think
the last 2 years have woken a lot of people up to that. Not everybody. We still got a long way to go, but I think they've seen behind the curtain, right? With the media, with Hollywood, that's how like.
Well, how about this?
Earlier, I wasn't into politics at all until I know a bunch of life, people and then took my wife's business away and fucking interrupted my kids' lives.
Why they take your wife's business? Oh, you're talking about the lockdowns?
Yeah, the fucking lockdowns. Yeah, destroyed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She had a totally successful.
She had a salon.
Yeah, she had a salon, and then she didn't have a salon because San Francisco was locked down for almost an entire year.
It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And like America is the king of like declaring victory 2 weeks in and it's a disaster. That's like that's our number one thing.
Absolutely.
Is a lot of hype going in, not a lot of follow through.
No.
And so I'm blown away by the amount of people. When you think of the amount of fucking morons who found a Nazi under their bed every time somebody didn't like a fucking shitty comic by a blue hair, who now have Ukrainian flags on their thing. And dude, like literally we just gave money to
LGBTQ community for Ukraine.
Yeah, go there and see how you
doesn't go both ways, I'm afraid. Just saying it doesn't go both ways.
I don't even know how they can pull. This is why I don't understand Andy sending me all this angry shit, because I know in his head it's a thing of like, Trump Nazis. We're giving money to Nazis, right, Andy? No, he doesn't. No, I'm sure he doesn't.
He's part of the system, and he's got to stay within that system.
Nazi's a meaneliness word now. It means nothing.
Yeah,
the left have destroyed the word Nazi. It's just a meaningless insult.
Well, the left is the meaning. That's all. Everything's meaningless, from woman to like literally everything is made meaningless.
We are just little gray.
What is a woman?
Pod people who need to walk around all looking alike in gray suits and not.
Well, some of us will have a lot of money. Like, yeah, you maybe will do that, but the real architects of this they're not going to own nothing and like it. They're
going to own a lot and like it.
That's who I feel bad for. I feel bad for these billionaires that are going to have to own stuff while I'm over here happy.
Yep.
Does anybody even think? Like Amazon Lord of the Rings. You know why Amazon Lord of the Rings is all going to be cocked up? Is because probably to get his ESG score up to make up for they don't pay people living wages and they have to pee in a bottle. Mm-hmm. And they were like, that's like, you wonder when someone's going to catch on to that. And I don't know. I guess you have to personally get fucked over with like a fake Me Too if you're in certain jobs to get that through your head. What I keep wanting to ask, but nobody watching Jimmy show gives a shit about any kind of this kind of shit, But the thing is the stuff they talk about Syria. Like I watch them do the same. Like Gamergate is basically whatever Gamergate was. And that to sum up what we did in Syria, Gamergate.
Brianna Wu is still saying Gamergate today. Because that's the only thing that they had any sort of notoriety from, and that's the way that they've
going.
lived.
We still haven't learned the lesson. Amber, who's the one?
It was Kotaku, right? That it was. We still Amber Heard proves we still haven't learned our lessons from Gamergate or something like that.
Right, because they're
mad. Quinn sucking people off for good scores, and then the whole of the industry closing in on each other to try and protect itself. That one.
Well, no, dude, they're mad that we did learn a lesson from Gamergate, which is don't listen to these fucking dingbats that say this crazy shit in a media publication.
Yeah.
So that's what they're upset. That's what I love the most is that because all these fucking news people, if you watch them, like, I didn't really follow it myself, but blah, blah, blah. Why are you talking about it then if you didn't follow it? So, but they got to protect it. And the reason they don't look too much into it is because that narrative has to hold up. Now, I think the whole Me Too fucking despicable shit pile narrative fell apart when you didn't call Biden on literally grabbing a woman by the pussy.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to say she lied, you can, but then we're not believing women. So, you know, what are you talking about? But that's for the upper people. Everybody else loves Johnny Depp and those pirate movies. And they're like, he doesn't seem like he'd do that. And I knew he didn't do that shit because Doug Stanhope wrote a whole thing, and I believe Stanhope. I should hashtag that. I've always believed Stanhope. And so now, if you don't believe one fucking maniac liar or not a perfect victim, I guess you call it, all their house of cards is in danger from this one fucking thing falling apart. And so all the people that were reporting on it, these things, like, either have to purposely ignore it, or they just don't know what they're talking about ever, and they don't follow it, but they know what they're supposed to be saying. So Kyle Rittenhouse to this day, that actually gets under my skin. Guy played in Kenosha, and like, was talking to people. Did you know this part of that? Because I had a friend on here who's a writer who was like, well, he shot someone trying to defend property.
No.
He was trying to defend himself. He put out a fire on some property, but no, he went. But the thing that he went to defend is he was asked in a group of people to defend the business of an Indian immigrant. The girl I'm talking to is an Indian writer, by the way. So he was protecting an immigrant's business. It wasn't kind of far right anything. He had the gun for himself. He puts out they didn't watch the video. None of them watched the fucking tape, and on purpose. I had an ex-girlfriend. I go, just watch. I'm not political here. Just look at the footage. What happened? She goes, I don't need to see the footage.
Okay. Yeah.
I go, what am I, Galileo? Look in the telescope, bitch. What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they know as soon as they see it, they know inside, even if they keep up the pretense, they know inside what they saw, what really happened, and that whole fucking narrative of theirs just falls apart, and they can't handle that.
It's a load-bearing narrative. Like the walls fall down on this load-bearing narrative. So I don't know. I'm just amazed at people I know where I'm like, if I know somebody well enough to know how smart they are, then I'm like, oh, okay, you just see where your bread's buttered, and you gotta go the flow. Some people I'm like, oh, you were stupid this whole time. Like, you literally didn't. All the people telling you this was in like Forbes, like, you don't do your own. Remember, you must never do your own research. Was the headline?
Yes, I remember that.
Now, who are you talking to? Like, because a stupid person, I guess, who you're imagining who can't, don't worry, won't research because they're stupid. That's not to them. This is Forbes. So this is to people who might research. This is people who are smart enough to read. You're saying don't research anything. I mean, never in a jillion years would I ever expect that to be. That's like in They Live, but you don't even have to wear sunglasses. It's just the next path.
Yes. Well, that's kind of what we're in right now.
Yeah.
Especially with the media. And for one,
people keep telling us to put the glasses back up. Put them,
put them on. Put them on. Black ones. No, no. For one, they're not paid enough to research now. That's the serious part. And even when they stopped. And a lot of us who are making content just research because we felt like we should. Like this is before we were getting paid for stuff. It's like, I kind of want to get this right. I mean, I'm going to be going out to like a couple hundred people, a couple thousand people. I don't want to look like a total fucking idiot.
You just tried a little.
Yeah, just tried a little. I Googled a couple of things and now it's research. All right. So that's where we're at now. And you're in comedy, right? So you still, I hate to use the word dabble because that got Chrissy Mayer in trouble with.
She got in trouble. Chrissy got in trouble. I know Chrissy for years. She got in trouble for saying dabble.
She was interviewing. I think it was the funniest thing ever. Like,
why is that bad?
It's not bad. She was interviewing stuttering John Melendez, and she's all, so you still dabble in comedy? And he got all fucking bent out of shape over it. He super bent out of shape for it.
What did he think that meant?
It's got lore. I think he thought that she didn't respect him as a comedian.
Oh, none of us do. Why would we ever possibly respect him?
Because he knows that it got to him. So and then of course you guys are just.
Oh, she just said it, and I bet she wasn't even trying to be.
She wasn't trying to say it. No,
sweet. No, she's not mean.
No, she's not. She's not mean. It's funny. But
she innocently said. That's so great.
But you still run across people who are still in the industry, Kurt, like a lot, probably. I mean, we never do, Az and I never do. So we're like really free to think what we want. I think most people in the industry are dumb as fuck, and they're there to pretend.
Well,
and they're hyper narcissist. And like, there's a time where I respected that because like, at least you were an artist and you did your thing, the Christian
Bale underdog.
Yeah. Now that was fine. But when they started going on award shows and telling us how to live and then baking it into every single script, telling us how to live and seeing entertainment, seeing TV shows, seeing the shit we loved and dorked out at, and like, quite frankly, most people in the entertainment industry made fun of us for liking, all of a sudden take over it and using it as a political platform, as a stance to like social engineer everybody. That's where we took issue. We're like, hey, this is where we take a break. Like the Roe v. Wade stuff was going on. Yeah. I laughed at Twitter and I just don't care. I'm like not politically engaged. I'm not having a kid. I'm 50.
Wait, you're telling me you're not worried about a girl in Alabama getting
I'm not sorry. And she's not worried about me. So there you go. And that's the way it goes. So I watch fucking Stranger Things. This is where I go to escape. And I'm tired of the social engineering. And, that's where we've been called the racists and the Nazis, just for simply pointing that out. And to circle back, as Jen Psaki would say, to Miles Morales, he's always been the best case because he was just a tokenized character to begin with. Follow Eric July's stuff on this stuff. It's masterful on like how he explains like, what the tokenized character is, because there's derivative and there's tokenized.
Right.
And that's all this is biracial Black Spider-Man, just like they have Black Captain America now. And they're supposed to say that's a big victory, but you have a black man like Eric July and many others, by the way, saying, no, it's a hand-me-down because all of the legitimacy, all of the agency is in the white folk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the same goes with women when they gender swap a character like the Doctor. All the legitimacy is in the male stuff. In the Thor movie, they're calling Valkyrie King Valkyrie.
Really?
Yeah, not Queen Valkyrie, King Valkyrie, because Queen is weaker than King.
She is in the slang definition, she is a king, right? Wasn't she? Didn't they imply she's a king in her taco diet in the war?
She was a slave trader in the last film.
Yeah, in the last film.
In the last film, she was a slave trader, and then she was supposed to take over Asgard because like Thor handed his balls to her. But it still doesn't make her a king. It makes her a queen. Queens are just as powerful as kings. They are.
Oh yeah, no, I know that's a queer nod because they in the first. By the way, I like that first Taika Waititi one. I laughed my ass off at it. But they have a scene where her lover or something is dying. The slow-mo scene where what's her name, Hela is
Broomhilda, the real Valkyrie is dying. We assume it's her lover. They don't really come out and say it.
Oh, I saw nothing but China. But like, let me finger you one more time with an outstretched hand. That's what I interpreted. So, well,
I think if there's a bunch of shield warrior maidens running around, I'm guessing there's going to be some, clan bumping going on. So it's like it's like a women's soccer team.
I think the king thing is that it's obnoxious as shit. I mean, it is like really. You're not wrong.
Just no Rapido, what she's called.
Wait, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Just none of that Rapio woman, whatever she's called.
Rapino.
The most annoying human being on the planet. Yeah.
I thought that was Ninja, the gamer.
Hey, did you see that?
I thought that was Ninja. I'm like, this kid plays soccer?
No, he's much nicer.
Have we ever seen them together? I don't know.
Did you see that the American women's soccer team just got beat by, was it like Chicago Youth under 15 team
again?
5-2?
This is like they need to stop doing that, dude.
I don't remember. Did you remember this happening when
they're sharing wages with the males football team now?
Right. And like, dude, that happened to an Australian team too. Like it's happened multiple times where 15-year-old boys have just slaughtered them.
Yeah. Well, notice how you don't see any sports where they're like, hey, these woman to man trans players are killing us.
Yeah.
You're not gonna hear any men's
maybe
sports.
an equestrian or something.
Yeah, like there's no men's. I mean, not even gaming. Not even professional Call of Duty playing.
There's that whole thing about the professional esports team, the women's esports team that they put together.
They sucked.
And it was they just lost everything.
It's not even athletic.
I know they should have won once.
Like that's why like a bunch of women writers who were great writers had to write under a man's name because you'd never believe.
Yeah.
That's what. What's the one with Pony Boy and the S.E. Hinton?
That was S.E. Hinton. Yeah,
The Outsiders. A woman wrote that, and but like wrote characters that you would read it and you go, because they weren't hung up on their outward superficial appearance. They were trying to get to the soul of someone that we're writing about.
Or C.B. Cebulski, you could just be an Asian.
Yeah, but I don't even understand why. Did we talk about that last time you were on? I thought it was hilarious that C.B. Cebulski, he got in so much trouble. He appropriated the.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding?
Manga so much he wanted to write it under a pen name.
Japanese pen name,
all the time.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Just completely normal practice.
Yeah.
If at the end of Prey, there's like, it ends with a big scandal because the tribe finds out that chick isn't even American Indian. She's like Lithuanian Tanzalon.
You are not part of the tribe.
You are not Comanche.
I want to know what tribe that she's.
No, she'll be like, she's not Comanche. She's Sioux.
Was she supposed to be Comanche? Oh,
these are Comanches.
It's Comanche. Is she?
These are Comanches.
She's supposed to be a Comanche.
Yeah.
Or a Comanche.
She's a Comanche. She's a Comanche. It's a queer kind of Comanche that.
But Munchie.
A Comanche. I mean, Comanches, by the way, I can't even believe. Is this pre-horse Comanches, I guess? They're fucking brutal. They'd have cut her fucking nose off for
They were, yes. They enslaved each other. I mean, it's it makes you wonder.
Do they have her kicking a slave of another tribe that
well, they have her saying like
maybe that's what those other ones were lined up when they have that row. That's like a death row.
You know, in some historical dramas, they try to like if they're using English, they try to use it at least in a form where it sounds like it's ancient.
Yeah, right.
That you won't use words like can't. You know, like, and they do use that word twice in the trailer. You know, it's just like that's not how their language works at all. Now there's a way
slay girl.
They cannot. You know, that would probably work better. You know, but yeah,
you could have some balls and do like Mel Gibson and just do it in their real language. And
it should have been done in Comanche. And I think they're releasing it in like a very select group of cinemas where it will be in Comanche.
But not, but it will still be in English. Like, so they're going to be dubbed Comanche.
So it's going to be dubbed Comanche.
If they made it in Comanche where she's just talking in it and like,
I would respect the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I know it would be like,
at the bottom.
It would be like, because it would add a layer of
authenticity. Yeah.
That where I go, oh, maybe there's this one that she wants to hunt and then she kills a pet. Like, I already kind of is a one step of suspension of disbelief that they could have had. You can't have that because it's got to be safe. It's about, I love making it. You're right, dude. Too big to succeed is a good way to put it because that is some real, like a bunch of people sat around who should not. I've been in this. I've seen it a bunch of times. Now I know executives that sometimes they thread a line that was better than the line I had, and I was like, oh shit, that's a good fucking. You know, like there are some. In fact, somebody's like, when we do our live shows at Logger out here, when we do pussies, me and Kyle, like, there's all these fucking actors I didn't even know that are fans that like. It's a lot of Gen X, though, is what it is. And none of them like this shit. It's just, this is such a coward industry. I mean,
it is.
Like, it always was like I don't want to say cowards, more like being a whore, but the way it is now, it's like you're like less of a human being than a whore. So
whore is more respectable.
Yeah. So all the Me Too and all that shit was not addressing the problem, which is, if you want to get ahead to be with the people that are successful, you better act and talk a certain way. And the parameters for that used to be way wider, but they're closing them. So it's like, you know, the big controversy of the baby when he said, who has the good AIDS? He said something that it was gibberish. I didn't even understand what they were offended about. He said AIDS. He goes, or if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, some just gibberish that a rapper said. And that was he was about to be invited into the white society with and that's what cut him off from it was that. That's like the new thing. Like, oh, because I have friends, comics that were like, oh yeah, I like when a white guy's complaining he can't say. I'm like, you think they're not going to come down on you, motherfucker? Like, yes, they are. And now they're starting to a lot more. And now rappers, you expect the ones that expect to, go to Christmas at John Legend's house and hear him sing Christmas songs. Well, like the ones that want that party, like, yeah, you better fucking learn all the. I don't even know what. I'm not entirely sure what like just regular pronouns are, to be quite honest with you. Like I use them, but I've never.
No, yeah, I was kicked out of high schools. I would struggle with like what the ones I'm supposed to use just in regular everyday English, but those are the ones I'm sticking with. 50 years, I don't give a shit anymore. And it would have been something I would have. Like if I'm asked by a friend, and it's like really cordial. Sure.
If you know someone,
but it's really demand. Yeah. I'm just going to say he and she as much as I can to be a dick at that point.
Well, that's the sad blowback of people being fucking crazy. Like, look, to ask me to memorize, I will, but you got to give me time. Like, it takes me, like, give me, dude. Yeah, it takes me 2 full months to not call my new girlfriend my old girlfriend. Their name. It takes me that long. Okay, so.
That's a very understanding new girlfriend.
That's why they become an old girlfriend.
It better be. What are you like with somebody for 10 years? And I'm like, I'm going to slip up a couple of times. If you're both blonde.
Is it 10 years this time?
Pretty much same,
It's like been 10 years. It's like, I need a little more.
No, I just need 2 months.
Look, I need some more to go off to.
I'm not going to do it. Look, I'm not going to do it every day, but it's like if you were a little kid and you were first in school and called the teacher mom by mistake. You're like, Mom, yeah. It's just that.
Dude, I still mix up my kids' names and they're like freaking 7 years apart.
Of course.
Yeah, the grandmas will agree. Yeah, but I just thought that was dementia with my grandma,
No, that's the scary thing is, this is what I realize is, the thing Gary's talking about is like, I'm just going to not say it because fuck you. Now I'm genuinely fucking it up and I have to cover up that I'm fucked up by pretending I'm doing it on purpose to be disrespectful.
But I roll with the I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah. I'm really safe. I'm going to play it off like I'm doing it on purpose, but just, my brain is not like, I understand I used to think my dad would like, what are you playing that Nintendo? He would say Nintendo. Yeah. I'm like, Nintendo, NES, that, and he just genuinely couldn't remember the stupid fucking name. And same with like when I worked at McDonald's and people would ask for like fajitas. I'm like, fajitas. They don't fucking know, and then you feel stupid pronouncing it correctly, like it comes out of nowhere, like fajita. They feel. I understand it now
with the accent, fajita.
Yeah, when you AOC, you're fucking.
Here's your fajitas.
Oh no! As you said it best. There's one word for all this shit when they start demanding stuff. What's that?
No.
Oh no,
no, just fucking no.
Call me this. No, I didn't. You should respect my pronouns. Why?
You have to do passive resistance like Gandhi to.
I'm not going to be drawn to A. I'm not going to be drawn to compelled speech, but B. I'm certainly not going to be drawn into any speech because some fucking prick who doesn't even have life experience on TikTok suddenly thinks they have 68 genders and they wear a different ribbon on their wrist to determine which one that you should be referring. Fuck off.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure that those are what genders are or pronouns. I gotta look up pronoun, but
that's the gender arm. That's the pronoun arm. Yeah.
Don't just repeat the same ones with it. This is what all my like gay friends that are like of a certain age, like I guess my age up, because I'll be like, what? Oh, so I mean, Tim's maybe a bad example because I didn't even believe me was gay at first. But Tim Dillon, I was like, honestly, dude, like what you're into like Twinkies and you're like, what is queer? And he goes, it's nothing. Like, how is it in any way different than gay? I'm like, well, here's how I found out it's different. You could still be straight. You can be queer now. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. It sounds like I'm making it up, doesn't it? You could totally be straight. But there
was an actress on Star Trek. She's married. She's just had a kid on Discovery, by the way, not the good stuff, the shit stuff. And she like very bravely came out as queer, as a straight married mother,
dude.
Which I thought was, absolutely wonderful. And there's been a few like there was Misha Collins, who's an actor, was on Supernatural, places like this. He's at a Supernatural con a couple of months or so ago. And he's getting all, I don't know, too involved in it. And he's like, one day I feel, happy. One day I feel sad. One day I feel straight. One day I feel bi. God. And then because he said I feel bi, everyone was just like, oh my God, he's come out as bi today. They had to issue an apology like a day later going, look, I'm sorry. I got carried away. I'm straight. I'm married and I'm straight and I'm not bi.
I just said I felt bi.
Yeah, he just a little stupid thing where he's like, sometimes I don't know what how I feel. Sometimes I feel this and some. No, complete like love is something a complete lovey would kind of say. And
my knee's bisexual. I heard it a couple years ago and it swells bisexuality and it's gone down now. Yeah, the queer, you could be straight.
Yeah.
You could be totally straight. What it is to get work. It's to get fucking work.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I don't believe half the women on Batwoman are gay.
Oh, do you know what I got to ask? I want to ask some lesbians that are single that use lesbian dating apps, but from what I understand, remember when Ashley Madison got hacked or whatever, and they found not only Hunter Biden on it, and the guy from 19 and Counting, the son that I think got caught with CP recently, but they found it was more men, way more men. They were like pretending there's all these women, but a bunch of women were not really on Ashley Madison. It was mostly men that wanted to cheat, which is a very interesting thing to come out. So now on Lesbian Only, I think Her was the one that it's a bunch of dudes women. It's a bunch of trans women that are lesbians. And the lesbians are complaining. This is what turns people turf, I bet, was they go through the dating app and it's all like just a guy, just like I'm a girl and they have my beard and like they didn't even try. You didn't even try a little bit for the ladies. You, as a fellow woman, can't appreciate. As a fellow lesbian woman, you can't appreciate.
Well, you're getting these pregnancies in prison now, aren't you?
Yep.
Because this nonsense.
They've been pregnant. I didn't know, like in Maine, a bunch of states, there's a bunch of like co-ed prisons. Did you know that? This was 20 years ago too. Like my girlfriend who was from Maine, like people got pregnant in prison all the fucking time.
That might chill a load of people out. That might really sort a few people out. Get your head straight.
Yeah, they should. We have no business talking about anybody. Remember when they said Saddam Hussein has rape rooms? They're like, Saddam Hussein has rape rooms of rape.
You want to see our friend Jeffrey Epstein? Says Hollywood.
Our entire penal system. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like because of these, honest to God, you're saying you aren't political, because these things are made so poorly now. It's making me notice it in other things that I've never cared about, like politics. I'm noticing the same layer of Disney crap on everything. I have like a cork board here set up with yarn and string like a crazy person. So my friend is a reporter, Aaron Monte, who's a great reporter, and he's also very lefty. They did a smear job on him. This is why I brought that up before. I couldn't believe it. Some guy, Paul, you ever hear Paul Mason? He's some fucking British TV lefty guy. He literally works with a bunch of these reporters now.
I don't watch British TV, dude.
Oh.
They work with branches like MI6 hires somebody to hire them to do counter narrative. So he works for them. And so his emails got leaked from a Proton account. Okay. So he has one of those charts like they made of you, but it's of all like political people. That's an industry standard to do that, to make the little bubbles and draw lines and be like, and then say it's some kind of pipeline. All of them do that I couldn't believe when I saw it. It looked exactly like yours, who are you connected to? Fucking, who's the guy with the fat face that worked for Trump? Steve Bannon. Like
Steve Bannon. Yeah, no, they connected that to Steve Bannon all the way back to Rush Limbaugh. Somehow they managed to do that with us. And that was right around the time, that guy did that sphere work, which was space work. Yeah, it's all spheres and they're all connected and there's lines and it looks like that thing from Always Sunny, except a little cleaner, right? Yeah, and they somehow we were all connected, highly organized. They called it. We even kind of troll that in our theme song for our Friday Night Tides.
They say highly organized.
Highly organized.
Yeah. And then that's how you figure out what the game is, because all the things they accuse you of are literally what they do. So they assume if I'm doing this,
we can't start a show on time. For fuck's sake.
But you're highly coordinated,
highly organized,
and you're probably Russia backed. You'll hear that shit, and then
I got all the Putin money here, dude.
You're making mad.
I got stacks of Putin money right here, just off cam.
Putin on my speed dial right here. Yeah.
Well, the ruple's a lot stronger now since
it is.
Yeah, that's what I've asked YouTube to pay me from now on.
If you want to say, that's what you mean. You're saying the re-education thing with I think it's even like lamer than that. I think it's like, just to it's like sanctions. Like, oh, well, you didn't want a woman fucking Palpatine Skywalker. Well, I didn't want Trump to be president.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll get a woman one way or the other. And it's just like spiteful, like tricks to show off to friends. Like, because you're not going to pay people who can really do the job. You're going to pay these idiots who just like, oh, let me get my hands on this and stick my dick in it or whatever I have.
Whatever I have.
All we get now is why you're just so afraid of women. What makes you so afraid of women?
Oh, sorry.
Because they fuck everything up.
Women exist.
Yeah. Tell me, what is a woman? What is a woman?
Well, they don't say that now. They don't. That was before you say women exist, and now they're like, what is it? Like, why would you even ask that? I don't understand why you can't just put pole or hole on your thing, and that's the part anybody gives a shit about. You got a pole or a hole? I don't need to know about if you're a tree. That doesn't affect me. Pole or hole? I'm gonna go put that on my Twitter right now.
I think you should. That should be your pronouns, just pole/hole instead of pole or hole. Although they're not
pole or hole.
Hole pronouns.
I have some holes. You know what?
Yeah, we do. We all do.
We all got some, mate.
I didn't realize how long we went, dude.
And there's a fetish for each and every one.
Yeah. Yes.
I want to come back on Friday Night Tights soon, dude. By the way, I meant to tell you.
Oh yeah. We'll get you back on, baby. We'll get you back on, man.
Heelvsbabyface is on YouTube, and Heel basically as not Heel. I keep wanting to call as Heel.
I get called all sorts. Normally a bigot or a sexist, or a white supremacist or a Nazi.
That's just by his friends.
Yeah, and that's just by Gary.
You should join the volunteer battalion over.
I know. Like, dude, I'd love to be a member of the Aryan race. At least I'll have my fucking hair back. It'd be great.
Yeah, why don't you take your Nazism and fight Putin with it and do something positive instead? That's what you're doing. And then check out Gary on Nerdrotic and Friday Night Tights. Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. As a Gary, always good to fucking hang out, man.
No problem.
Thank you. It's been great.
Thanks, man.
All right, that's it.
Because I can't get right. Because I can't get right. Yeah, you're listening to Can't Get Right.